But what is your coaching style? How do you go about helping guys get better? How do you motivate players? What is your style, Bruce?
Well, let's just try to put that all together. Mike, I think the first thing I've learned is this is really a self-esteem battle. We all do a lot of losing. What appears to be losing. When every other team plays against in a competition, maybe other than cross country or something, half the people leave there happy. And you go to some really good college golf tournaments and you finish 6th or 7th, and you can go a whole year and not win a tournament and have a team that's ranked in the top 10 if you kind of play a certain type of schedule. So I think it's very easy to not feel like you're winning and you're not being successful. So I've just kind of learned early on that how do we develop their self-esteem? And there's two ways. There's one way to get a lot done, and that's to mandate a lot of work and mandate practices and really try to just make them do stuff. And obviously, if you spend time at anything, you improve. But I just kind of sat around and I just decided that wasn't it, because I really want a young man going to bed at night believing that he chose to do all of that stuff rather than I made him do all of that stuff. So it was, how do you create a culture with a lot of structure that they can't see or recognize? And so that's kind of been my thought process. I think we have a wonderful culture. We talk a lot about, decisions. Life is another concept. Is life and our success is the sum of every decision that we ever make, and you add those up, and the numbers don't lie. And so we kind of created something early on called the Pride Meter, and I've tried to convince the young men at our place that as you go throughout your day, if you're turn that up to a 3 when you go to class, or it's 4 when you work out, or it's a 5.5 when you go on a date or do your homework, but all of a sudden you're really committed to your golf and you turn that up to a 10 for the 4, 5, 6, 7 hours that you're doing your golf. You know what you are? You're about a 6.5. And I really think that life is about being the total person. And I found that I think if you're going to play golf for a long time, and really happy for our guys who have done that, I think you have to have the proper perspective. And I really believe if you don't get out of golf as who you are and turn it into what you do, you have no chance of playing golf long term, because it'll be 77 good, bad Mike McGraw, 67 good Mike McGraw, and you cannot live on that roller coaster. And so, obviously our academics is a challenge. I think it can be challenging wherever you go, depending on what you want to major in and how successful that you want to be. But I may be crazy, but I believe that if you can succeed in other areas of your life, whether that's how you treat people, the student that you are, if you can find some other things so that when you shoot 74, it's okay, because you're still a smart guy and you're still a hardworking guy, and it evens those things out. So the Pride Meter has kind of been something that I've preached. Let's just set it up at 10 o'clock, 10 on the scale every morning when we wake up, and everything we do is at that level. And Mike, I really believe that when guys have left our place, what you do at 6, 7, 9, 10, whatever out today, it's no longer, you're not making decisions anymore. It's just kind of who you've become. I don't think you make a decision at what time. I know you're a very disciplined person. I don't think Mike McGraw decides at 6 o'clock in the morning whether you're going to get up or not. You just get up and do Mike McGraw. And so that's kind of what we've tried to create on a day in and day out basis. Some of the things you didn't mention is the academic success that our guys have had. 4 Byron Nelson Award winners. I think there are only 2 Division I golf programs left with perfect APR scores since the inception of the award. That's 16 years now. We've had a perfect score every time. If you add up the academic, so I feel really good about that, because I think that shows they're making choices. And all of a sudden you walk in our place and the goal isn't just to stick an All-American plaque up on the top. It's to put one on the top and down below, and just try to create a place where guys make really, really good choices. And I think I might have something. No, it was my other notebook. It was a Chinese philosopher that he really believes a successful leader is someone that when they leave your care, they really don't even think you helped them. that you've almost been invisible, and that I've tried to tell them to take credit for their winning shots. You want to be grateful and say thank you. That's fine. But it's just been a methodology of trying to convince them that everything that they do and every success they have is not because of me or Georgia Tech or where we play or whatever. It's because they did the work, they hit the shots, and they made the putts, and I had nothing to do with it. So that's just kind of a general idea at tournaments. I'm a big believer in have a really great practice round. And then at that point, I'm not going to be there at Q school, may not get to all the par threes, may do all that stuff. And at that point, it's time for them to go do their stuff. I mean, they're hitting shots off balls above their feet, below their feet. They're not looking for me to help them. And we walk up on a par three, and there's a perfectly flat tee box, and put on a tee, and I can look around and look for Coach Heppler to tell them what to do. And so I've been very much into try to being self-determining program, and you go ahead and make your decisions. And when you're successful, you can feel good about that. Maybe a long answer, but that's kind of probably most of it.